to this moment, but it's still major that I got that done.
That's Big U's son, Dion Henley, and he's now speaking out, revealing some shocking family secrets. For years, the Henley family stayed silent while Big U ran the streets like a kingpin. But now, with charges like fraud, murder, and even rumors linking him to Nipsey Hussle's death, it looks like the family is finally ready to talk about his dark past. Big U is under serious fire, and now his own son is exposing him. Let's get into it. Family drama as Big U gets locked up. The hip-hop world is in shock after Eugene Big U Henley Jr., one of the most connected OGs in Los Angeles, got arrested by the feds on major charges. And it's not just affecting him, it's hitting his whole family hard, especially his NFL star son, who's caught in the middle of a storm he never asked for. We'll come back to that, but first, let's break down what's really going on with Big U. Big U isn't just another name in the streets of South Central LA. At 58 years old, he's been living a double life for decades. On one hand, he presented himself as a community leader, starting a non-profit called Developing Options to help local youth. He even helped launch major hip-hop careers, including Nipsey Hussle. But on the flip side, the feds say he's been the longtime shot caller for one of the most feared gangs in the city, the Rollin' 60s Neighborhood Crips. This isn't a small-time gang. We're talking about one of LA's largest with around 2,600 members. The group was started in 1976 as part of Stanley Tookie Williams' West Side Crips. Their brutal reputation is summed up in one of their own sayings, "You ain't a rollin' 60 till you kill a 60." It shows just how wild things can get, even within their own ranks. Over the years, the Rollin' 60s have been linked to violent incidents, like the 1984 murder of Kermit Alexander's family and the 1988 death of Karen Toshima, who was killed by a stray bullet during gang crossfire. The double life exposed. Big U's been featured in documentaries, podcasts, and on social media, pushing the idea that he turned his life around after doing time. But according to law enforcement, that image was just a cover. In March 2025, it all came crashing down when the feds arrested Big U and 18 other members and associates of the Rollin' 60s. The Department of Justice charged him with running a criminal enterprise, and the evidence they've laid out is serious. Big U's alleged criminal organization was involved in all kinds of illegal activity. This isn't just a small legal issue. He's facing major federal charges that could land him in prison for life. By the end of March, Big U was hit with a 43-count indictment. The charges include everything from RICO violations, murder, kidnapping, robbery, extortion, wire fraud, embezzlement, and human trafficking to weapons offenses. Acting U.S. Attorney Joseph McNall didn't hold back when he said, "As the indictment alleges, Mr. Henley led a criminal enterprise whose conduct ranged from murder to sophisticated fraud." One of the most shocking claims in the case is about the murder of Ron Williams, a rising rapper signed to Big U's label Unique Music, who was found dead in Las Vegas in 2021. According to the indictment, this wasn't just a random killing. It was a targeted hit over a diss track. What allegedly happened to Ron Williams? Ron Williams was just 21 years old, an up-and-coming rapper who had close ties to Big U. He even played high school football with Big U's son, Dion Henley, who's now in the NFL with the LA Chargers. Williams was signed to Big U's Unique Music label. The label paid for his trip to Las Vegas, including plane tickets and an Airbnb. But things went left when Williams allegedly recorded a diss track aimed at Big U. In the song, he rapped about getting money and warned that he could get killed for talking slick, basically predicting his own fate. Once Big U heard the track, prosecutors say he took matters into his own hands. The feds claim Big U and Sylvester Robinson, aka Vi, drove Williams out to North Las Vegas, shot him multiple times in the face with a .38, and left his body in a ditch off Interstate 15. They allegedly told studio staff to stay quiet and try to erase the security footage to hide what happened. Williams's body was later found near a Nevada landfill, about 4 miles from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. The Clark County coroner confirmed he died from gunshot wounds and ruled it a homicide. The fallout. After Ron's death, people started calling out Big U on social media, demanding answers, but he stayed silent, which made the situation look even more suspicious. Williams' mother, Shadonna Brown, spoke out in a statement to TMZ, saying she believes Big U is responsible for her son's death. She's been calling for the justice system to give him the maximum punishment. Things heated up even more when it came out that Big U refused to give a DNA sample at first. The police had to get a warrant to collect it. There's even a video going around online that claims Big U's DNA was found under Williams's fingernails, suggesting there was a struggle before the shooting.
So they had to send a warrant to get Big U's DNA. You want to take a wild guess whose DNA came back on his son? Big U, Eugene Henley's DNA, came back on her son's fingernails.
But the murder charge isn't the only serious thing Big U is facing. According to the Fed, he was running what they described as a mafia-like organization from 2010 to March 2025. They're calling it the Big U Enterprise in the indictment. He allegedly used his gang ties and street reputation to pressure businesses, athletes, and artists into checking in for protection. On top of that, Big U is also facing serious financial fraud charges. One claim is that he filed a fake COVID-19 relief loan application for his label, Unique Music, saying the company made $200,000 in 2019, when in reality it lost $5,000. That lie would have made him ineligible for the loan. He's also accused of stealing donations from his charity, Developing Options, a non-profit that received money from the LA mayor's office through the GRID Foundation, which is partially federally funded. Big-name donors like Shaq and Draymond Green had also given money to the charity. The feds paint a picture of someone who used his image as a reformed gang member and community activist to hide what was really going on. They say his non-profit and music projects were just a cover for illegal activities, using his reputation to gain power, respect, and fear. When Big U was arrested, he showed up to court in handcuffs and shackles. He was ordered to remain in federal custody until a detention hearing on March 31st, 2025. Then, on April 8, 2025, he pleaded not guilty to all charges in a Los Angeles courtroom. His trial is scheduled to start on May 20th, 2025. Before turning himself in, Big U dropped a few videos denying everything. He claimed the case was based on racial bias and hate, saying, "This is the price of being black and trying to help somebody, trying to help your community. You're just guilty because somebody else don't like you." His lawyer, John Targowski, said Big U plans to fight the charges hard and stands by his innocence. This case is part of a bigger crackdown on gang activity in LA called Operation Drawdown. Along with Big U, several other alleged gang members were arrested, including Sylvester Robinson, aka Vi, 59 Mark Martin, aka Bear Claw, 50. They're facing many of the same charges. The investigation began in August 2020, and by 2021, it was heavily focused on Big U and his crew. Multiple law enforcement agencies were involved, including the FBI Los Angeles, IRS Criminal Division, and North Las Vegas PD, which shows how serious this case is. The trial, set to begin in just 2 weeks, May 6, 2025, could have major consequences, not only for Big U and his co-defendants, but also for gang intervention programs and how people view community leaders in LA. If convicted, Big U is facing life in prison. His alleged associates, like Robinson and Martin, could each get up to 20 years. This whole situation raises bigger questions about gang culture in Los Angeles and how the lines between activism and street life sometimes get blurred. The allegations against Big U have made people start questioning the role of former gang members in community programs and how hard it is to truly tackle gang crime in urban areas. Rumors around Nipsey Hussle. Let's talk about the most controversial part of all this: the rumors and speculation surrounding Big U's relationship with Nipsey Hussle and what may have gone down before Nipsey's death. Let's be real. These are just rumors and allegations, not proven fact. They're not included in the official charges against Big U, but the streets and the internet have been buzzing about them, so we've got to address it. Nipsey Hussle, born Ermias Joseph Asghedom, was a beloved rapper and community figure. He was shot and killed on March 31st, 2019, outside his store, The Marathon Clothing, in Hyde Park, LA. The official investigation found that Eric R. Holder Jr. was responsible. He was convicted and sentenced to 60 years to life for the killing. The reported motive was a personal conflict between Holder and Nipsey. As for Big U and Nipsey, they go way back. Multiple sources confirm that Big U played a big role in helping launch Nipsey's career around 2008, basically acting as his early manager. There's even a video of Dion Henley, Big U's son, where he talks about his personal relationship with Nipsey and confirms their family's connection to him.
Nipsey meant a lot to me, this community, to a lot of people far. You know, how much Nipsey has played a role in a lot of people's lives just with the inspiration he provided through his music. Me, I knew Nipsey since I was yay high. My dad was actually his first manager. While I was in the backyard doing football drills, Nipsey was downstairs making music.
But like most business relationships in the industry, things between Big U and Nipey weren't always solid word. On the street, as their relationship got rocky over some dispute about equipment at Big U's shop, which led Nipey to drop a diss track, apparently. Big U tried to have Nipey disciplined for the song, but Nipey's brother Black Sam stepped in, preventing any escalation, and they eventually squashed the rumors have been floating around suggesting Big U might have had something to do with orchestrating Hussle's murder. These allegations have been pushed particularly by female rapper SKG, a former death row artist who's been claiming in interviews that Big U was behind it all, saying he terrorized the Crenshaw community and was on some violent stuff. It's important to note that these claims don't have any official backing, and U has publicly denied any involvement, specifically in a 2021 interview on Drink Champ, where he made it clear, "We ain't got no beef," addressing the rumors and emphasizing there was no conflict with Hussle. One of the loudest voices pushing these conspiracy theories has been Charleston White, a controversial figure known for wild hot takes in several videos White has straight up accused Big U in the rolling 60s of being responsible for Nipe's death. Check out some of his claims.
Equipment out of the studio and wasn't paying that $20,000 to Big U no more. Nigga, everybody know that.
And in another video, White keeps that same energy.
Nipsey Hussle got smart and say, nigga, I don't want to pay you $20,000 a month no more, nigga. And Nipsey Hussle come up dead. He lost his protection, and the hood killed him.
White goes even deeper with his theory suggesting that Nip's growing fame created tension with Big U.
The little homies ain't looking at Big U, they looking at Nip, cuz. When Nip pull up in that Rolls Royce and that platinum Jag, looking with all that chain on, yeah, Nip was getting bigger than the set, cuz. And don't nobody get bigger than the set is what I was told. So they killed that nigga.
White even claims there's paperwork on conflicts between Big U and Nipe's family before the murder.
All that's a police report, homie, where Black Sam had to pull a pistol out on Big U before Nip got killed.
I want to stress that these are serious accusations without any official proof. The RICO case against Big U includes charges related to Williams' murder, but does not include anything about Nipsey Hussle's death. Eric Holder was convicted for killing Nipsey, and there's no official evidence linking Big U to the crime. Still, the rumors have had a big impact on Big U. In a video, Big U talks about how these rumors hurt his money and business after Nipsey's death.
For about $3 million that Kanye West gave us.
Wow.
And then I had like a bunch of other different contracts. And for a nonprofit, we were really thriving. Then Nipsey gets killed. Well, after Nipsey get killed, then the rumor goes out, Big U has something to do with it. We lost everything.
You lost all those.
Everyone, I tell you everything.
Wow.
Kanye stopped answering the phone.
These rumors show how complicated and sometimes shady the connection is between hip-hop, gang culture, and business in Los Angeles. The entertainment world and street life often mix, so personal fights, business problems, and gang politics can get tangled and sometimes dangerous. Whether these rumors are true or not, they have become part of Big U's story and have changed how people see him. Looking at the bigger picture, Big U seems to live in different worlds at once. The street life of gangs, the business side of music, and community work through nonprofits. This kind of double life is common where gang culture is strong, but it creates complicated situations that are hard to figure out. The rumors about Nipsey Hussle also raise questions about how power works in gangs and the music industry. There's a delicate balance of respect, money, and influence, and when that balance shifts, conflicts can happen. Nipsey's rising fame might have changed things and caused tension, but whether that had anything to do with his death is just speculation, not proven fact. What is clear is that Big U's reputation has taken a big hit from these rumors, even before the federal charges. The claims about Nipsey's death, combined with the real charges about Williams' murder, paint a picture of a man who, some say, uses violence to stay in control and punish those who challenge him. We have to remember, in our justice system, accusations are not the same as guilt. The Nipsey rumors haven't led to any charges, and the official story says Eric Holder was the only shooter. The Williams case is moving through the courts now, and Big U will get a chance to defend himself in court for those charges. The difference between Big U's public image as a community activist and the serious allegations against him shows a common issue in neighborhoods affected by gang violence. Many older gang members, or OGs, try to change their lives and help young people avoid the mistakes they made. The lines between past and present aren't so clear. Thorough. Change isn't complete, and old habits can stay hidden beneath a surface that looks normal. This mix is what makes Big U's case so complicated and troubling. Was he really a changed gang member trying to use his influence for good? Or was he, like the prosecutors say, running a criminal operation while pretending to be legitimate? The upcoming trial should give us some answers, at least about the charges he faces. Meanwhile, the hip-hop community and people in South Los Angeles are left to think about what these allegations mean. Many young people who looked up to Big U as a role model, someone who got out of the gang life and found success, the charges are very disappointing. But they also remind us how complicated life is in places where gangs have a strong hold, and how hard it is to truly change and heal communities. As we wait for the trial, it's important to think about the bigger issues, the ongoing problem of gang violence in cities, the role music and entertainment play in helping people escape that life, and the complicated mix of power, money, and influence involved. Big U's story, whatever happens in the end, gives us a look at these challenges and the human costs that come with them. Trial tension. With the trial set for May 20th, 2025, the streets are buzzing. This isn't just any case, it's shaping up to be one of the biggest gang trials in recent Los Angeles history. The outcome could affect the hip-hop world gang intervention programs, and urban communities all across the country. This is especially hard for Big U's family as more charges and allegations keep coming up. One key family member is Big U's son, Dion Henley. Born November 18, 1999, Dion has been working hard on his own path as a professional football player. He's now making moves as a linebacker for the Los Angeles Chargers after being drafted in 2023. Even with his dad's controversial background, Dion has built a successful NFL career. Their father-son relationship seems close, with Big U supporting Dion's football dreams while he built his own music and community work empire. In a video, Dion talks about how he and Nipsey Hussle both chased their dreams under Big U's roof.
It's always that he's going to be this big rap star, and one day I'll make it to the NFL. Just watch your step. You're good to come down. Once upon a time, this was a studio.
What's crazy is that Dion is connected to some of the same people his dad is accused of scamming. In a January 2025 interview, Dion talked about his relationship with Shaquille O'Neal, which his father helped set up. Connection feels different now, with the claims that Big U tricked Shaq into donating to his charity, then moved the money into his own accounts. Even though Dion and his dad are close, Dion hasn't said anything publicly about Big U's legal problems. That makes sense. Dion is trying to build his own name and career, separate from his dad's issues. It's a tough spot to be in, especially since he's a public figure himself. Big U's family also includes Stacey Henley, with whom he has 4 kids, including Dion. Together, they started the nonprofit Developing Options, Inc., Speak, which is now at the center of some fraud accusations against Big U. The family's work with this charity was probably meant to help at-risk youth, but now the group is under heavy investigation. The impact on Big U's family goes beyond just his immediate family. It also affects people close to them, like the family of Rayan Williams, the young man Big U is accused of killing. Williams played high school football with Dion and reportedly lived with the Henley family for a time. Close connection makes the murder charges even more shocking and tragic. Williams' mother, Shadonna Brown, has been very vocal. In a TMZ interview, she shared her pain and said she wants Big U to get the toughest punishment for her son's death. Losing a child is heartbreaking, and the fact that Williams was allegedly killed by someone who was supposed to mentor him makes it even worse. There are also claims that after Williams died, Big U stopped communicating with his family, even though they were close. A video going around online makes serious accusations about how Big U acted after Williams' death.
Big U didn't show up to the funeral, never contacted the mother for any type of support, anything. Just blocked her and everything, right?
If true, this cold behavior would be especially cruel given the close relationship between the families. However, it's important to remember these are just allegations, and we don't have Big U's side of the story on this particular issue. Moving beyond the family impact, let's look at how the streets have reacted to Big U's arrest and charge. Like many high-profile cases involving hip-hop figures, reactions have been mixed. Some fans are still riding for Big U, while others are calling him out for his alleged actions. On social media platforms like X, formerly Twitter, and Reddit, this divide is clear. Some supporters view the charges as part of a broader effort to target successful people in hip-hop. For example, on X, user ArborK1DY showed support, saying, "Expletive Big U went down in LA, started to suck as a unit, he'll now free the legend." Another user, at the Black Channel, questioned the legitimacy of the charges, saying, "The feds have officially come down with murder charges against Big U. They now claim he's on the run. I don't buy anything." They added that it seems like a crusade to arrest anyone making real money from our cultural property. On the other hand, many people are skeptical or outright condemn Big U's alleged action. On Reddit, especially in the R-Calibanging subreddit, discussions have been. One user called out Big U's careless talk of criminal acts, saying, "He was moving like Uncle Jerome on the phone, making it clear he will murder people to the point there were periods between each word." Another user even dubbed him Big, showing a harsh take on his situation. The controversy around Big U also raises bigger questions about the role of former gang members in community intervention programs. Before his arrest, Big U was seen by many as a success story, someone who had served his time, reformed, and was giving back. His nonprofit, Developing Options, received funding from the city of Los Angeles and had support from celebrities, signaling a level of institutional trust in his redemption narrative. Now, with allegations that his community work might have been a front for criminal activities, questions are being asked about the vetting and oversight of these programs. If the charges are true, it wouldn't just be a personal failure for Big U. but a failure of the systems meant to ensure public funds and charitable donations are used properly. The case also raises tough questions about redemption and second chances. Many communities affected by gang violence rely on former gang members who have truly reformed to help break the cycle of violence. These individuals can deliver credible messages and insights that outsiders simply can't. But how do we ensure that those claiming to have reformed have really left the game behind? What happens when someone held up as an example of successful reform is alleged to have been continuing criminal activities all along? If the allegations against Big U are proven true, it would be a betrayal, not just of the legal system, but of the communities he claimed to be helping. It would deepen skepticism about reform efforts and could make it harder for genuinely reformed individuals to earn the trust needed to do effective community work. At the same time, it's important to remember these remain allegations, not proven facts. The American justice system operates on the principle of innocent until proven guilty. U will have his day in court to defend himself. His attorney has stated that Big U maintains his innocence and looks forward to vigorously defending himself. As the case moves toward trial, scheduled for May 20th, 2025, we can expect continued public interest and discussion. The outcome will have implications not only for Big U and his co-defendants, but also for gang intervention programs and community activism in Los Angeles and beyond. Regardless of the final verdict, this case highlights the complex relationship between gang culture, the music industry, and community activism. It reminds us of the human cost of gang violence and the challenges involved in breaking cycles of crime in affected communities. It raises important questions about trust, redemption, and the responsibilities that come with positions of influence and power. As we wait for the trial and its outcome, it's worth reflecting on these broader issues while remembering the individual lives touched by this case. From Rayon Williams and his grieving family, Big U's own relatives must now navigate the fallout from these serious allegations. Behind the headlines and legal battles are real people experiencing real pain. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click one of the boxes on your screen to watch more similar content.